If your arteries don't moan when looking at this, do you even barbecue? I can actually hear Homer Simpson drooling in my head. Eating lips and arseholes tastes this good. Should be legal. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make hot dog burn ends. So just sit back, grab a drink or two, and let's get into it. And cooking time for this recipe is 1 hour and 15 minutes. Or for those of you who love to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 3-beer cook. Cheers! Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. It makes all the difference. Hot dog burnt ends are known as a type of poor man's burnt end. Burnt ends are typically made with the point muscle of a brisket or the pectoralis superficialis. And that takes a long time to smoke and break down the collagen. Blah, 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 blah. These bad boys are already cooked and ready for a party. Now, if you saw this and went, wow, that's bigger than your average one that looks like that, thanks for noticing. Hot dogs are generally called ground up pig's lips and arseholes. If that doesn't make you salivate, I don't know what will. Is that smut? Or are we back on the bestiality thing again? We need to smoke these hot dogs. Since these hot dogs have what feels like a wetsuit on them, we need to remove this before we go any further. Now the next part may be hard to watch because we have to circumcise these for no other reason but to make them look even. So using a sharp knife, slice off the tip. Ouch!
A terrible pain.
Then slice off the other end and then just peel off the wetsuit. Now slice into even pieces around 3 to 4 centimeters long and then place these into a foil tray. Adding a binder to these hot dogs of circumcision can be as easy as grabbing some American yellow mustard. And this mustard goes hand in hand with hot dogs. Squirt over a fair bit. Ooh, bit too much curry last night. Then wrap your hands in some protection, swirling them around to make sure all of the hot dog pieces are covered in that tangy yellow sauce. Next up, it's time for a rub. Hey, I saw that. Implied smut! And I'll be using the Feedlot Forager for this one. It has a sweet and savoury spice blend that is perfect for pork or their lips and arseholes. Don't be shy, just get it on there. Now flip them around and make sure every piece gets covered in that seasoning. And just transfer these to a wire rack because they are now ready to be smoked. Keep the foil tray, you'll need it later. The great thing about this recipe is you can stuff it up and use whatever rub you want. If you don't trust me, today I'm using a 57cm Weber kettle and I'm utilising the snake method because I want to be smoking at steady temps of 150 degrees Celsius today. That's right, we're going hot and fast. How I'll do that is by carefully stacking briquettes in the Weber kettle, taking your time to make it as neat as possible, and that way you'll get a more even burn. And then I'll add 14 briquettes to a chimney starter and light them up. And once they're fully ashed over, I'll place them on one side of the snake to act as a fuse. I want to add some smoking wood, and today I'm choosing cherry. Just place one right next to the lit charcoal. This will allow it to heat up before it ignites and you'll get a cleaner burn. And the other piece I'm going to place about 50 centimeters apart. Add a foil tray to catch any drippings. Carefully put the grill back in place. Then put the lid on, making sure all the vents are wide open. And once we get 50 degrees off our target temp, we're going to close down that bowl vent to roughly halfway. Now the temp will keep climbing, but it will slow down and it should settle on our target temp. And depending on the fuel, the weather and all that sort of stuff, you may have to adjust your Weber a little bit. The Weber's temp is stable and has been for 30 minutes. So we can get these hot dog pieces into it. Place the entire tray on the opposite side of that lit fuel. Put the lid back on, making sure that lid vent is over our food. That way we're drawing the heat and smoke over our hot dog pieces. Well, job done. Well, for 45 minutes anyway. 45 minutes to get some smokiness into these pig lips and arseholes is more than enough time. We're going to need a glaze to mask the taste of burnt lips and arseholes. I mean to add a sweetness level to our dish because it's all about building flavours. So enter the glaze ingredients. The first sauce is Gold Rush from the Feedlot. 1/4 cup will do. Next up is some ranch hand from the feedlot as well. 1/4 cup of that as well. 1/4 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 100 grams of unsalted butter. Then just warm this up so it's not cold like your mother-in-law's heart. Now you can use whatever barbecue sauces you want for this recipe. It will taste like crap, but you can still use them. Been 45 minutes, so we can grab the hot dog pieces out of the Weber. Look at the colour on them. Doesn't that make you proud? Just place them up on a tray. Now grab that foil tray we popped aside earlier and just get them all into the foil tray. Now we just need to pour over that warmed up glaze we made. I can actually hear Homer Simpson drooling in my head. Cover with foil. Put back in the Weber and put the lid back on, and by now you should know where that lid vent should be. The hot dog pieces are soaking up all of that sweetness and becoming tasty treats. Yet they're still lips and arseholes. After 30 minutes in the sweet bath of stickiness, we can drag the hot dog burn ends out of the Weber, removing the foil, and remember to keep your face away because there will be some steam. Grab some toothpicks, stab each one, and plate them up and serve.